Hey, once again, this is Andre from the Justifiable Noise Project, and I'm here with my buddy Gabriel Orozco here in town from Los Angeles, and we are doing a quick vlog here on the island with the Statue of Liberty. So, what do you think our topic is about? Immigration. And Gabriel and I go way back with regards to fighting for social justice, and I figure, why not? He's in town. I got a vlog. We can talk a little bit about his thoughts on immigration. So what's your thoughts about what you've been seeing and hearing, more so domestically, about immigration and the current administration?
Well, thank you, Andre, for having me here. First of all, immigration. This is the same issue that we discussed back when we met. Same issues in the '90s. Immigrants are being blamed for the economy. Immigration are being blamed for the changing landscape of the demographics and the culture here. My thoughts is that this is a very sad time for us, because we're picking on a group, or I should say the government is picking on a group that cannot defend itself, that cannot speak up for itself, and can't even walk outside of their houses or places where they stay right now because they're so scared. And immigration has been an issue that has since the coming of Christopher Columbus, and when he came over here and created the native genocide. They've been continually exploiting. And who are the correct immigrants to be here? Are we looking at the Canadians? Are we looking at some of the Europeans that come over here? Or are we focusing on a particular group again? Me and this man here go back a ways, and this issue continues to be a hot topic, where people who say, we like your culture, we like your food, we even like your music, but we don't like you. So this is a cultural erasure of a group of people, particularly Chicanos, Latinos, particularly people of color, marginalized people of color, people who don't speak the language. And right now, it's basically a cultural warfare between what we would consider the dominant society and those marginalized and those who don't speak English, who are brown. Because we're not talking about Asians, we're not talking about the Swedish people, we're not talking about people from Holland, we are talking about brown people from South America, Central America, and especially for people from Mexico. We use their labor, we exploit them, and then we just go ahead and kick them out. What happened in Mississippi last week? Yeah, like 600 people taken out of their homes.
Yeah, separated from their families.
Did any of the employers get in trouble? Did any of the people who hired them get in trouble?
It's called the wait and see. The wait and see. What were your thoughts? Roughly just a week and a half ago, when you heard about the gentleman going into the Walmart just looking for Chicanos, or people of Hispanic descent, looking for those people just to kill.
It's I have my son is with us, and my daughter's a senior in high school. We live in a town where we're pretty much the majority. You have nothing but Chicano Latinos in there. It doesn't take much for somebody to walk in. It could be a Target, it could be a grocery store, and they could be targeting us, not knowing that, some of us have been in this country longer than that.
So you look at that being an unsafe place for people of Hispanic descent. I mean, it's nearly like a lynching. So, I feel your pain when you sit there and you say that somebody of Hispanic descent has to worry about going to a store. Or, just like people of African American descent, they're worried about going to a church. Or back in the day, they were just worried about trying to go to school. So it affects every person of color. And I said, it would be remiss of me not to do this quick vlog as we sit here on the island with the Statue of Liberty that says, bring me your poor, bring me your weak, bring me your needy, bring me the people that are looking for a better way of life. And now you're having an administration that said, hey, we don't want the poor. We only want, what do you say, Europe, people from Europe that have skills. And hey, and I'm not sugarcoating that. I'm being straightforward. That's what he has said. And when you start saying, hey, people that are fleeing their country to have a better way of life, well, the Jews did it, the Polish did it, all the Europeans did it. Matter of fact, we talk about Christopher Columbus. Well, they came over here looking for a better way of life, and they took the land, because my brother is also Native American. He's an indigenous person. They took his land. I mean, my foreparents were not direct slaves in this country, but they did go to the islands, and they were brought there, through the Middle Passage. So we have that joint history, and that's why we've always been so close, and we definitely have fought for this. And as Gabriel has said, his son is here, and we said earlier, he's going to be fighting for the same things that we were fighting about when we were in university 20 years ago. It's here. I talked about we're virtually looking at the beginning of a race war. Now, you may be thinking that I'm being a little extreme, but if people are starting to target individuals of different ethnicity, you tell me what you call it. You could say, well, these are people that are misguided. But they're misguided, and A, they're terrorists, and B, they are starting a race war. And when you have a person in leadership that is spewing, it's like walking into a movie theater and yelling fire. He is spewing hate, and he's getting a reaction.
And so basically what he's doing is indirectly giving his seal of approval in the sense that he's not necessarily condemning it so much for the violent act of itself, but condemning the reasons as to why somebody like these people would go and target a certain group of people. For that needs to be discussed. He doesn't want to discuss that, because basically the strategy is to divide. And you have people who are all about the white culture in America lining up on one side, and everybody else who has a more open approach. We are here in front of the Statue of Liberty. We are here in the America symbolism of how we have felt historically towards immigrants that were coming to the United States for a better place to live. That's the same thing the immigrants are doing now. No different.
You take the ferry over here, we're from Lower Manhattan, and it's a very diverse populace of people on that ferry. I didn't just see people that are Caucasian, I saw people that are Asian, Hispanic, African. Everybody's coming here for the same reasons that people came many, many years ago. And I don't think that it's now time to say, hey, we're closing the door unless you're a skilled person or you're of wealth. If you're of means, then maybe you should not be coming here. I don't know. But I believe the door should be open for everyone, so I shouldn't say that. The door should be open for absolutely everyone that wants a chance elsewhere. It should not be open just a little bit for only those of means or those of a certain hue.
Completely agree, and this was kind of an impromptu thing, but I wanted to come to the Statue of Liberty because I do want to make a statement on immigration. Like what we're doing, or I should say what they're doing, the government is doing, particularly the president, is very sick. It's very sick, and we're creating a divisive society, and we're going to have, and like my brother here said, right now it's a mental and spiritual, cultural war. It's not physical in terms of it's all out war, but physical violence has been started and created. And what are we doing, and what is the administration doing?
Perfect.
To take care of this.
Well, I thank you very much for your time, and I'm hoping that this word gets out to everybody beyond just my Facebook or my Instagram, but as we have it out in the public, it starts a conversation for those that voted for the current president and brought in that administration to think about where your foreparents came from, since you weren't born here. Once again, this is a Justifiable Noise project, and this is a special segment on Pass the Peas on immigration. Thank you very much for being here, Gabe.
Peace.
Real. Take care, guys.
Right on, brother.
Cheers.